boys and girls, welcome to the Immolation Station. I am your crispy host and very attractive. With me, as always, is the man known to his doctor and his dealer as Mag Two Bags, Michael Magus.
Whoa, only 2 bags? Only 2 bags, sir?
Smokes 2 bags in the morning, he smokes 2 bags at
I
night.
don't know about that. I don't know about that comment right there. We started slightly late, so if Martin's listening to this, it's 1 second later than usual because I pressed the wrong button. I pressed F8 instead of F9. So stupid. Anyways, we're here at Imola for the third to last round of the Sunday GT Challenge series, and we could have a champion today, Byron. We could have Max Simmons, series champion today, if a couple things happen correctly.
But there's now, 17 more rounds to go.
Now, what has to happen is Max needs to win the race. Thomas Nopek, down in 11th place, needs to score 0 points, or very, very few, effectively. Basically, he needs to score 0 because we've only got 11 cars out here.
Okay.
And so he needs to DNF, and Dan French needs to not materialize out of the ether. So you ready for this?
I mean, I'm sufficiently prepared.
Simmons leads the championship with 286 points to Dan French's 234 and Nopek's 230. They are the only two people who mathematically could still catch him if he wins this race today.
Dang.
Xavier Castano-Muniz is technically still alive, but he would have to win all 3 remaining races to have a shot. Simmons would have to do very poorly, so that seems very unlikely. Dominic Turcotte, same deal. Sean Kenny, same deal. Bjorn Dale, same deal. Spencer Taft. It goes down for a while of people who are mathematically alive, but not really. Their mathematics require Max Simmons not to show up, essentially. So qualifying.
What if I told you I paid them all to put Max Simmons in the wall?
I mean, that would work too. Simmons looks like he's going to start from pole position here with Ayrton Arsenault and Jeremy Reeder. Luca Conti goes cutting through Tamburello, ruining his lap. And he'll probably start from 4th place with Spencer Taft, Xavier Castano-Muniz, Sean Kenny, Dash Franzen, Gianmarco Silvestri. Speaking of which, there is Franzen coming across the line to finish. And then Jeff Suzukawa and Thomas Nopek, who did not post a lap time. I assume he's doing what he did at the Hungaroring, somewhat unsuccessfully, and that is coming from the back to try to create more of a spectacle, because of the 5 races he's competed in this season, he's won 4 of them in dominant fashion.
Well done.
Simmons and French each have 1 win, and Bjorn Dale was our Oulton Park win. The only thing really keeping Nopek limited is he didn't race at Kyalami and he didn't race at Oulton Park.
I mean, neither did I, but I could still win.
Well, that's because you have magical powers.
Indeed, and I can bribe people.
I'm not really sure if the bribing will actually work all that well, to be honest.
But I have ribs.
It's true. His ribs are fantastic. I do not like that red ping marker beside Luca Conti. This could be interesting. All right, well, we have our grid. Byron, do you have any bold predictions?
I think probably that Sean Kenny will race in this race.
It's a bold prediction. Teams Championship, Red Bull has had that pretty well wrapped up most of the time. They're 102 points ahead of anybody else. The other teams are not really consistently showing up outside of AXRT. So that definitely is a problem. And 905 Racers have been fairly frequent, but neither of them are here today. No Dan French, no Thomas Waz. And in the battle for the club standings, that is still really, really tight because Jeremy Reeder is 2 points ahead of Spencer Taft and 6 points ahead of Ayrton Arsenault. So that's been a tight battle between the 3 Red Bull guys. And still kind of in it is Oscar Tad, but he's not here today. And I think that's going to deal a big blow to his championship hopes. The only other club eligible driver here today is Dash Franzen. So there you go. Only 4 running. So we're at Imola. This has been the site of tragedy in the motorsports world, but also some great races. It's been one of our better tracks, I think, as well. To be honest, it's highlighted a lot of great action, and I'm looking forward to seeing it.
I mean, as long as you're not looking backward to see it, I think we're in good shape.
That's true.
All right, here we go. This starts our 2-hour warm-up period.
No. We just got to go through Ravasa, and then we'll get to the green flag.
Well, the green flag, that means go into the pits.
No, that means we go. This is Ravasa
What?
here. Ravasa 1 and Ravasa 2. The final real turns on this track. There is technically a turn after Ravasa, but if you look at the map there, you see it's just a gentle curve that you take on full throttle.
Well, then I'll have to revise my expectations.
There's the pit entrance, which will be interesting because Imola tends to breed a lot of stop-go penalties for speeding in the pit lane because of its generally sudden pit lane. We'll use that word. And we're ready for the green flag here at any moment here. Waiting on the lights. Max Simmons to lead us down to Tamburello for the first time. Which is technically turn 2, because turn 1 is, again, one of those gentle curves that is done at full throttle, and we are off. And Max Simmons will lead us down there with Ayrton Arsenault joining him on the front row. Here we go into Tamburello. This is an interesting corner with a lot of possibilities. Oh! One of the Lamborghinis in the background. That would be Jeff Suzuka getting physical and knocking Dash Franson off of the track. Simmons still leads. Xavier Castagno-Meniz is up into second place ahead of Arsenault. And off in the background is Gianmarco Silvestri in the Ferrari. Jeremy Reeder is into fourth place, followed by Sean Kenny, followed by Spencer Taft. Franson, despite getting nudged off the track, is up to seventh place ahead of Thomas Nopek, Gianmarco Silvestri, Luca Conti, and Jeff Suzukawa. So Conti had a terrible start, falling back from about 5th place down to 10th. So that's the big loser at the start. The big winner, I don't think anyone really is a particularly big winner, so I'm going to go with Xavier Castagno-Meniz, moving up into second place. Is your big winner off of the start here as they head through Aqua Minerale for the first time.
Crunchy water corner.
Don't forget the Aqua!
No baby l'agua.
We should do a commentary entirely in Belter Creole at some point. I don't think we manage it, though. As Ayrton Arsenault there going over the bumps at Variante Alta. That is not a great idea. That will damage the underside of your car and the suspension very quickly. But the top 6 have sprinted away as Nopik and Franzen are visible in the background battling over 7th place.
I also am battling over 7th place. But I'm coming from like 13th place in this race.
Oh, well, that's impressive. Speaking of Franzen versus Nopik, here we are on board with the rear cam of Dash Franzen, our only Luxembourgese driver, I do believe.
When you get like one from Luxembourg and one from San Marino and one from the Vatican City, and have Liechtenstein would also be sufficient,
or Andorra,
perhaps the Maldives.
Well, Maldives is more of a proper country. I mean, it's a bunch of islands.
It won't be in 20 years. That the shit's going underwater.
That's true, but it's not quite what San Marino, Monaco, Liechtenstein, Luxembourg, and Andorra are, and the Vatican City. Countries that are so small that it's not even worth, like, every time you're looking at like countries rankings by whatever GDP, population, whatever, or population density, they're like just not even worth looking at because they don't function as real countries. Dash Franzen, after we've insulted the homeland, holding on to 7th place against Thomas Nopek. Up ahead is the Red Bull sandwich with Spencer Taft and Jeremy Reeder playing the role of the bread. And in the middle is the juicy meat of Sean Kenny.
Tender, juicy. Also, I'm not disrespecting Liechtenstein. The last time they went to war, they sent 60 men and came back with 61.
Oh, yeah, no. It's no disrespect to the people from those countries. It's just the reasons for those countries' existence are questioned. We had a yellow flag out. Somebody is off at Ravassa. That might be Luca Conti, or that might be Gianmarco Silvestri. I'm not sure which. Appears like it's Luca Conti, and he is elected to retire from the race. Luca Conti still 0% finishing rate. At least he completed a lap this time. That is actually a new high. I don't know what it is. Luca, come talk to me, because there's something going on with your internet that we got to sort out, because he's apparently in America, so like there's no way his internet should be as bad as it is. But we'll see.
By America, do you mean like Seattle, or do you mean like Oklahoma?
A little nudge up the inside there from Nopik, and both of them have a bit of a... Oh, Nopik not happy about that.
Y'all from Alabama, boy?
Not sure about that one. Be interesting to look at that if there was enough overlap there for Nopik. I'll add it to my stewarding watching. Didn't get a report on that incident, but I think it is worth having a look at, given that this series has been kind of a, after Hungaroring, kind of could use some refreshers on the whole overlap process.
Yeah,
Sean Kenny still up in 5th place?
Underlap.
Underlap?
It's a new technique I'm working on. And I've been going back in and playing some Ghost Recon Breakpoint, since we're doing video game shit right now. And I unlocked the FBI, like the black FBI hat. So I've been...
Sean Kenny going side by side with Jeremy Reeder. Hate to interrupt, but we do have action on the track here heading into Tamburello. And it will be Reeder who retains the position. So continue.
Yeah, so now I'm all geared up in like all black with the FBI hat and black shades on. And I usually announce to myself, FBI, open up! And then go into places and kill the bad guys.
So you're the white ghost from Boondocks?
Kinda. I like to think of myself as an even more flamboyant Willem Dafoe.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure if that's true, but
not at all. That's part of the joke.
I don't think you can get more flamboyant than Willem Dafoe.
Not in that movie.
Nope.
Well done, Willem Dafoe.
Simmons enjoying a 3.1 second cushion at the front of the field. Away from that man, Xavier Castano-Miniz, and then Arsenault and his teammate Jeremy Reeder, followed by Sean Kenny and the third Red Bull of Spencer Taft. Franzen has got a little bit of separation from... Nopik's fallen back to 9th place, so something has happened there. Nopik's gone off the track at some point, or had a collision, or something. And he is back in 9th place ahead of Jeff Suzukawa, but behind Gianmarco Silvestri.
See.
Another lap is completed here as we get in lap number 5. Simmons continuing to eke it out a little bit. It's up to 3.3 up front. As it stands right now, he would not claim the championship because Nopik is scoring enough points to mathematically keep it open. But he is doing his part, and that is leading a race and looking for his second win of the season. Has not won since Kyalami, Byron.
That seems like a lifetime ago. Since I don't remember when that was.
That was the first round of the season.
That was like 2018.
No. But he's had 3 podiums since, runner-up position in Hungary and Zandvoort, as well as a 3rd place at Barcelona and a trio of 4ths. He's been very, very consistent, and that is what has led to the championship lead.
Zandvoort.
It's been a mature season from Max Simmons. He's been really delivering. This is what I think honestly one of his masterpieces in terms of he hasn't necessarily had the pace to dominate the field, but he's been out there getting the job done and finishing top 4 every time out.
He is the Charles de Gaulle of racing.
Probably not.
Probably the accent gives it away, though.
I'm not really sure Charles de Gaulle, though, really expires those virtues and values.
My only real reference to, other than like historical stuff and like references, and you know, I kind of know what he was up to pretty much during the war. The only real representation I have is like the goofy bastard from Kelly's Heroes.
Oh, Tom was joining
Very funny.
Late here. So 905 Racers is showing up as... All right, so I got a little backstory here. Jeremy Reeder there goes off the track because of the spike from the custom car joining. And you can see that same thing happened to Xavier Castaño Muniz. So, guys with custom liveries, don't join mid-race!
Correct.
That's going to be
killed.
It's literally going to have to be the downside of, like, running a custom livery is you can't join mid-race because that happens. And anyone who's like, oh, they fixed the custom liveries, I would like to point to this as the example of, no, they actually haven't. It's one of those ones where, like, people with really good computers don't understand the problem with custom liveries that, like, we keep saying because they don't experience it. It's not like custom livery equals lag spike or ping spike. Not ping spike, processing spike. That's the word I'm looking for. Processing spike. It's that there's a lot of processing power that goes into creating a car, even if you have the existing texture files created. And if you don't have a lot of headroom on the computer, i.e. a lot of processing power that isn't currently being used by the game, you will get hit with that spike. And you can see that Xavier went into a wall, and Jeremy Reeder had probably the best outcome you can expect from that. He just went off the track and lost spots to Kenny and Taft.
Well, I mean, could we have it like tortured, just lightly tortured, or like what's the process here?
Who are we talking about here?
The man with the plan to join with the
Tom Laws.
The shenanigans.
Well,
it's Tom Laws. Fuck that guy.
We're gonna forgive Tom Laws because it was his birthday on Saturday.
None of this light torture shit. We're going in hard.
Well, no, we're gonna forgive him because it was his birthday on Saturday, so he's probably drunk.
Okay, all right.
Probably hungover. He's one of those young people who might have gone out drinking for their birthday, enjoying the fun and getting it done. I, of course, wished him a happy birthday on Facebook by giving him a barrage of pylon gifts. So
very nice.
Always good. He will never live that down in my eyes. Never. You need a pylon destroyed? Call Tom Laws, Pylon Buster. Thomas Nopek in the pits early. That will not count for his mandatory pit stop. As Ayrton Arsenault continues to run in second place. Well, not continuing because he was behind Xavier. Now he is in second place. And we'll come across the line behind Max Simmons by... Can we get a time?
No.
Time. There we go. 9.3 seconds. Wow. So Simmons is really getting ahead there. As Sean Kenny looks for a way past at Tamburello. And Arsenault will hang on for the time being. You can see that Xavier Castaño Muniz, after that contact with the wall, definitely carrying some damage, definitely having problems, and probably is really hoping for that pit window to open up, but we're 7 minutes from it. And he's going to have to grin and bear it. Might present an opening for Dash Franson. who seems to have found a bit of pace themselves because they're catching up with the group of old school Audis here. As Spencer Taft goes the inside, but I don't think you can really make that overtake stick here at Aqua Minerale, my friend. You need to prep for Alta. And he goes off the track, and Jeremy Reeder says, I'll take that spot back. Thank you very much. Simmons' lead up to 10.2. Nopic rejoining the race in 10th place behind Jeff Suzukawa. Whoa, Jeremy Reeder.
Yeah, I don't think he read that very well.
No. I think he was thinking about an overtake and maybe just caught himself out there. Meantime, Spencer Taft under pressure from Castagna Muniz and Franzen in the orange and black Audi getting closer kind of every lap it feels. Gap is down to, 3.7 to Castagna Muniz, and they were like, I think 7 seconds behind at one point, so that gap is closing. On board with Spencer Taft.
Now, Mike, as I understand it, all of these cars have to run on steam?
That's not correct.
Oh, I misunderstood. I thought it was Imola, therefore things must be immolated.
No, sir. No, that's just the track, sir.
False advertising.
These cars are run on gasoline.
Disgusting. No one uses that anymore. Everybody just uses straight hydrogen gas.
That would not explain the cost of gasoline in any way, shape, or form.
Well, it's a premium product, sir, which you're going to use what else are you going to water your garden with? Water?
Whatever would we do without the controversy of gas prices, because they dominate political discourse?
Well, I mean, there's an easy fix for that, and it involves gasoline. Set those dumb shit motherfuckers on fire. It's all,
fire.
You fight fire with fire. That's, I think Metallica said that.
There are cheaper ways to light people on fire, too.
Cheaper, possibly. More fun, I'm not sure.
Eric Narciso has managed to open up a little bit of a gap, about 2.2 seconds, back to Sean Kenny, so getting away a little bit. Reeder and Taft in close conjunction with Xavier Castagna Muniz, and Franzen still closing the gap. That is down to 3 seconds.
Good old dancing Franzen.
We've lost Gianmarco Silvestri from the race. Jeff Suzukawa, Thomas Nopek, and Tom Wazer. Sadly, all kind of on their own race right now. You've got Max Simmons on his own race, and then 2nd through to 7th are having a reasonable amount of action. So the camera will probably stick with these 6 cars. This block of Audis plus the Porsche of Castagna Muniz. This is the first time I think Audis have ever been a dominant force in a ESR field. We've historically not had a lot of R8s, and recently it seems to have changed, and I'm happy about it because I like the R8, and I can actually get teammates now.
You could possibly say that the R8 is all right.
On board with Tom Waz. Not overly certain why, but let's enjoy the McLaren 720. All right, and back to the actual fight. Jeremy Reeder leading Spencer Taft and Xavier Castagna Muniz. They dropped Franzen by about a half second this lap, so Franzen drifting back. Whatever pace the Audi driver had has seemingly... I suppose I shouldn't say Audi driver because we got 5 Audi drivers in the top 7. The Luxembourgese driver has faded a little bit.
Luxembourgian.
Gap closing back to 3.1.
That reminds me of... Hey, ever watch the miniseries Kingdom Hospital?
I did.
You said Luxembourgian, and my brain immediately went to like Swedenborgian space. It's like, oh, I remember that reference. Not sure why my brain did that, but here we are.
We've been through this here at ESR. Byron's brain has been actually completely wired to be powered by hamster power.
Yeah, it's my brain works on pop culture references and vodka. With occasional hints of brisket and ribs.
Aren't you? I've never really thought of you as a vodka man, to be honest, though.
Vodka's very utilitarian.
It is.
Underrated in that regard.
I'm not saying you haven't had vodka, sir. I'm just saying that of all the times I've heard you drinking, seldom is it vodka.
Well, I might be saying that I might be drinking vodka right now.
Ah, so this is a current state. Gotcha.
Maybe a current state of affairs.
Gotcha.
Possibly mixed with some water that is infused with lemonade, Crystal Light.
Okay.
Out of my Yeti. It is delightful and cool.
Awesome.
Michael, should I buy this bayonet that I found on Amazon?
Yes.
Okay, doing it.
I'm aware that regardless of what I say, you're going to do it.
No, I mean, I'm still looking. So, not to put too much out there, but I may have purchased a thing that may require a bayonet to be fully, operational. Mm-hmm. So I've been looking for the right bayonet for the right thing, and this sort of has enough reviews on it to go, it's not exactly perfect, but it'll do.
Pit window opens. I hate to get into team politics here. And it's kind of a weird one because Red Bull is so far ahead in the team's championship that they don't really have to worry about the other teams. So I don't even know if this really comes into play, but you got to wonder. Spencer Taft seems to be the faster of the two here between him and Reeder. Does the team order Reeder to pull aside for what essentially is a championship rival in the club standings? It's an interesting problem because, of course, their 3 drivers are all fighting for the club title. Race leader Max Simmons in his anime car, well out in front. Let's see what his lap time is here. Still in the 143s. Quite a ways ahead of Ayrton Arsenault. Franzen's closing again. Gap is down to 2.1, but I think it's Franzen's just closing on Castano Muniz, whose car probably is getting worse. There we are. I was going to say, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Xavier go in the pits here. And in the pits he goes to fix the damage from that headbutt against the wall.
Well, might I recommend the use of bayonets?
I don't think that would really fix it, but, I mean, maybe.
Well, shit.
I am reminded of the fact that at the Formula One race in Azerbaijan, the Baku Grand Prix, we literally saw a Formula One car getting fixed with duct tape. That was once again proving that the 2 most important things to fixing a car in racing is if it moves and it shouldn't move, duct tape. If it doesn't move and it should, WD-40.
That reminds me of the first Bathurst 24-hour, 17-hour, whatever it was. Your boy was missing like the 2/3 of the front fucking bumper.
Oh yeah.
So they're like, not only are they trying to hold on whatever's left, but they're trying to like aerodynamicize and put up a layer of duct tape. Meanwhile, like the one chunk of the thing that is attached is got a headlight that doesn't work, and they can't get the thing removed. So they're yanking and yanking and yanking. Of course, it's like a thick cable. Mm-hmm. So eventually somebody had to come over and just cut the thing, and it was pretty hilarious. I enjoyed it.
I thought Byron's not really much of a race fan, but I have got him interested in watching enduro races at Bathurst because stupid shit will happen.
We got fucking storms and wallabies and all kinds of shit.
They have a part of the track that is literally just trying to kill you as Sean Kenny puts the pressure on Ayrton Arsenault. Battle for second place. Castano Muniz coming out just ahead of them. Or no, that's Tom Laws up ahead. Oh, Arsenault off the track, and Sean Kenny can take second place on the entry to Variante Villeneuve.
Villeneuve Uevo.
Don't even start with that.
I don't know if I'll be able to stop.
Yeah, no, it's in your head now. It's in your head now.
I can't believe that's like the one name you can't pronounce. Like any Eastern European, anything. Not
well, I
a
am
problem.
Eastern European. That makes sense.
But you're also very Hispanic.
Nope.
In as much as you've eaten tacos.
Correct. I have eaten a fair amount of Mexican food. Tacos, porco pipi, carne asada.
That's just meat.
I mean, but still done in a Mexican fashion.
A likely story.
Arsenault cutting Variante Alta there, but doesn't really gain any advantage. It's hard to gain advantage by cutting the track around Imola. There's just a lot of natural barriers to leaving this lovely black stuff and continuing on. There's not a lot of runoff, and where there is runoff, there tends to be things like the Variante Alta curves, as that is Ayrton Arsenault heading into the pit lane. The leading Red Bull car is going to try to undercut Sean Kenny.
The frequency.
Spencer Taft also in, so he's trying to undercut teammate Jeremy Reeder.
All right, bayonet has been ordered. You heard it here first, folks. Race fans who have no reason to give a shit, nor really should you.
I mean, they care about you, Byron. You're an important part of the community. Want to know what's going on in your life?
Wild and interesting things. I'm definitely, once this thing shows up, I'm definitely going on a field trip. That's what's up.
Tomorrow I'm going to go head over to Jack's place and we're going to do the stewarding for the Super Series.
The Jackal.
And I'm going to see RC in her currently drugged up state after her car accident.
Is she still on drugs? What the hell?
She is on the drugs. Apparently she got full on like T-boned at an intersection. So
oh, damn.
There is some significant injuries, nothing life-threatening, but she is...
Story of my life.
She is not the happiest camper right now. Well, I mean, she is, but only when the drugs are in effect.
I can totally understand that. And if you need any advice on rehab, holla at your boy.
Well, she's young, so
Been there.
She should be okay.
I was young once, and then I took the life to the knee.
She can't be that badly off because she is going to school and like attending classes. So.
Fair enough.
I think she's mobile. She just is in pain.
Been there.
Thomas Nopek, who is down a lap, is on the tail of Dash Franzen. We'll see if Franzen allows the Porsche through, or if Nopek displays any impatience here. Tom Laws coming up. So that's another blue flag scenario. As they head into Variante Villeneuve. Now, if I'm Franzen, I do let Nopek through. I mean this with no disrespect, but Nopek has seemingly been a bit of a clumsy driver in bumper-to-bumper fighting. Extremely fast, extremely talented, but not necessarily the greatest and most well-defined craft. And it's probably slowing Franzen down to worry about... Oh, Lord 3 wide. Okay. Tom Laws bowing out of that and making it very easy. That's good. That's good move. Franzen remains ahead of Nopek, who got a lap more on Tom Laws. Nopek is on the same lap now as Castaño Muniz, but Muniz is, of course, pitted, and well, he hasn't. So, but he is on the same lap. No, is Muniz down a lap to Suzukawa? I'm not sure. We'll see what everything shakes out after the pit stops. But Nopek might be on the same lap as Suzukawa at least. As into the pits goes Sean Kenny. Another thing to think about here is possibly pitting if you're Franzen to just eliminate the blue flag scenario. As they go side by side through the final turn and into the first turn. And nope. Gonna get the lap back.
Why not?
Tamburello. I'm kind of puzzled because it felt like, based on the line there, that Franzen actually was trying to give the lap back to Nopik, and Nopik just didn't take it. This does remind me that we had a stewarding debate from Hungaroring last round, where Nopik believed that a blue flag car could not take their lap back. So I do wonder if he races in a series where that is a rule, but it is not a rule here. He is allowed to take that lap back. As long as he does it,
as long as he does it into a yes-pick.
As long as he does it in a safe and predictable manner. But it did feel like I'm gonna watch what Franzen does on the start-finish straight this lap. But it felt like that last time around was kind of an invite to go through, and the lap time was not very good, which suggested either a mistake or some problems or some just general stress of having a car on the tail, as Ayrton Arsenault and Sean Kenny are off at Tamburello. Arsenault with the overtake, Kenny getting that spot back. That's definitely going on the stewarding review.
Snitch.
Well, I'm the steward, sir. I gotta do my job. I got no reports, so like everything's coming from like first report and watching and doing the commentary here. Franzen up to second place, but that's just because Reeder is in the pits and Max Simmons still out there, Suzuka still out there, Nopik and Waz. No surprise that Max Simmons is going for the super overcut, and I don't blame him for a change because let's face it, he's been well out in front all day. There's nothing really to defend against. Might as well have fun. Save up the tires for the end.
Start launching the beach balls, boys.
Race is officially halfway over. And I was making notes on the stewarding, and I didn't notice if Franzen behaved the same way through the last turn to the first turn. But I will say, the line that was taken 2 laps ago is not the line I use, and I do race this car a fair bit. So I do kind of think that that was a wave through by Franzen, but we'll find out. Hasn't made a similar offer since.
I'll give you $5 for it.
Heading into Variante Alta. Ooh, that's a lot of curbs being taken by that Porsche. Nopik's got that hooked up today. Shame that he had to make that early pit stop. See if either pits here. And Nopik's going to go in. Okay. So blue flag drama has been avoided. Or, well, terminated for the time being. So we got three overcutters going on. Simmons, Franzen, and Suzuka are going deep. Tom Waz also hasn't pitted, but of course he started the race 6 laps behind. So I don't really know if that's a strategic thought, really, at all.
I gotta think that that this Tom Waz guy, he's not very good at racing. He's so far behind. I don't understand.
Well, it's because he joined the race late.
What?
Ayrton Arsenault running behind Jeremy Reeder. They're both ahead of... Reeder has gotten ahead of both Arsenault and Kenny. Oh, wow. So Jeremy Reeder has really worked the pit stop strategy / possibly that contact between Arsenault and Kenny to his advantage. And effectively is running in what I believe will be second place once all the pit stops finish out here, because Suzuka for sure won't be in the mix here for a podium. He was quite a ways behind. Franzen maybe, but like will require some really good laps as Arsenault goes down the inside into Tamburello and retakes the position. I wonder if that is team orders, because Reeder made that very easy. Or that could just be him realizing Assetto does appear to be the fastest of the 3 Red Bulls. Let him go, let him get some gap to Sean Kenny, and hopefully take that second place home for the team.
You want to do good, you try to do good, so give 110%.
Franzen in the pit lane, so we'll see where Franzen rejoins. Short after that, well, later on in this lap. Kenny getting by Reeder. It's for 4th place. Effectively 3rd place, because Suzukawa will be overtaken by this group at some point. As well as probably Franzen.
Good old dancing Franzen.
Speaking of Suzukawa, we check out the Imperial Lamborghini. Running in 3rd place, or 2nd place now. Very rough through Tamburello there. Wonder if the overcut is really a great idea for a man who has historically had some bad tires. I believe in the ACC general chat, Byron, and please try to contain yourself. Jeff Suzukawa claimed that he learned how to manage tires from Martin Edmonds.
Well, I don't know if that's a great idea.
Not really a great idea.
Suspicious much?
So
is he using like a Wii Nintendo Chuck thing to drive with? Or?
He was really impressed with his tire wear in this race. Actually, he posted his numbers after the race of his tire wear, and said that it was way better. And then he gave the numbers he usually gets, and they were terrible.
Oh boy!
And he said, "No, Martin's really straightened me out." I'm like, "Oh boy!" So somebody who could actually manage tires might be able to get Jeff Suzukawa up a lot then, because if Martin can help you, that's a bad sign. All right, now, you know I was saying Simmons doesn't really have to worry about much. I would get in the pits if I were him now. He's coming up to people who are legitimately in the top 5, like in the race. And all it would take would be for one of them to take the Byron Dirksen approach to racing and put him in the wall, and this is a completely different race. So I mean,
I'm just saying.
Just remove the temptation, Max. Just remove the temptation.
Strategery.
Just head into the pit lane and remove that temptation. Suzukawa's in. So Franzen came out ahead of Castaño Muniz, but behind the other Audis. Currently 2.1 seconds behind Spencer Taft. And of course, we are well aware of the battle between Arsenault, Kenny, and Reeder for 2nd place. Thomas Nolpik behind this trio in his lapped Porsche. Now let's see, where does Suzukawa come out in relation to Nopik as well as Castaño Muniz? I think it's going to be behind Muniz and ahead of Nopik, would be my assumption. In fact, I know it's going to be ahead of Nopik because we see where Nopik is. We see that Suzukawa is coming out of the pits. Nopik has not gotten around to the start-finish straight yet. He's still back at Piratella and into Aqua Minerale. And indeed, he will come out behind Castaño Muniz. I do salute Suzukawa and Nopik, who are kind of running their own race. Like, there's not really anything happening for them, but they're still out there, still determined to get some points, as Jeremy Reeder and Nopik have a little bit of contact there coming out of Variante Alta. And if I'm Reeder, I'm just letting Nopik go. Make him Kenny and Arsenault's problem.
I'm about to make it everybody's problem.
We did see before that Nopik doesn't seem to be really eager to get his lap back as Max Simmons does go in the pit lane. You saw that in the rear there. as they head through the first corner. They're going to go side by side. Arsenault is defending the inside against Sean Kenny into Tamburello. And he'll hold on, I think. Yep.
Sir, I believe it's pronounced Tambarillo, since this is from España.
It's Italian, sir.
It's from southern España.
Look at the Italian flag on all of the corners.
It is from the southern extended peninsula of España.
This actually, interestingly enough, this has historically been the home of the San Marino Grand Prix, despite not being in San Marino. As Nopik does get through there in the lead up to Piratella.
I mean, technically, very little is in San Marino.
It was basically an idea of how do we get a second race in Italy, because there's a lot of good racetracks in Italy. There's Monza, obviously. There's Imola. There's Mugello, and so on. So they have a couple of like really good Formula One capable tracks. And they wanted to get a second race there. It's like, okay, well, San Marino Grand Prix. Same reason that there was a Luxembourg Grand Prix for 1 year, held at the Nürburgring, which, as you know, is in Germany.
Well, I mean, technically, most things from Luxembourg are in Germany, since Luxembourg is the shadow government of Europe.
And, of course, there's been the European Grand Prix that has been routinely part of the calendar, which has been a way to host a second race in the UK, Germany, Spain at various points. And of course, there was the weirdness of the pandemic Formula One time, where it's like, welcome to the Austrian Grand Prix at the A1 ring. Next time around, welcome to the Styrian Grand Prix at the A1 ring. Nopik now on the tail of Sean Kenny. Let's see if Sean... Reeder, I think, let him through. We'll see if Sean does the same thing. I would make it Arsenault's problem. Stop-go penalty for Tom Was. That'll be for speeding in Le Pit Lane. So it's Sean Kenny versus the Red Bulls here today. Arsenault ahead of him, Reeder behind him. Spencer Taft is kind of falling a little bit out of this fight. About 6.3 seconds behind Reeder. Now probably has to worry a little bit more about Franzen and possibly Castaño Muniz if he can find his pace. Side by side, looking for the move into Tamburello again between Kenny and Arsenault. This time Kenny does have the inside attacking line. Nope. Arsenault hangs. And of course there is the variable that is Tomas Nopek in the mix there. Reeder's still in behind. If we look further back, we might see Spencer Taft come through. There he is. So checking back through the field, Spencer Taft is 3.1 seconds ahead of Franzen. What is the gap back to Castaño Muniz? Last I looked, it was about 6 and change. 6.7, okay, so about the same. So not much going on there. They're running at about the same pace. Kenny's still on the attack, but I don't think you can really go around the outside of Piratella, my man. In my opinion, the area for like Tosa through to Aqua Minerale just doesn't really have much overtaking value unless there's a major mistake. Kind of like that. You're better off kind of saving up to try to get an overlap on the run into Variante Alta, which is this turn coming up here, and trying to make your move there. Kenny's not close enough because of the failed move through Piratella. And then, of course, the final pair of turns here at Ravazza are excellent overtaking zones as well. You can obviously get it down at Tamburello as well. Villeneuve is a little bit... I'd say probably actually from Villeneuve to Aqua Minerale is kind of just follow, keep the gap, save up for a better spot to attack. That's my my personal approach to Imola, aka the circuit El Dino Ferrari, named after Dino Ferrari, who of course passed away, and Enzo named a track in his honor. This is in Ferrari's backyard.
Did they name it the Enzo Ferrari Memorial Track?
I'm surprised there isn't a track named after Enzo Ferrari. There's a car named after Enzo Ferrari, obviously. But
would that be the Lamborghini Enzo?
No. that would have been really like, that would have actually been an excellent idea.
I think so.
The Enzo.
We have decided to come out with the new Porsche Enzo.
The Porsche Enzo.
912.
I'm not really sure if there was ever really much of a rivalry between Ferrari and Porsche, to be honest.
No, I don't think so.
There was definitely a rivalry between Ferrari and Lamborghini, the two Italian supercar makers, obviously. And Ford and Ferrari, of course. Tremendous rivalry. As Sean Kenny puts the pressure on through Acqua Minerale. We've seen Arsenault make a couple of mistakes through Acqua Minerale, so it might not be a bad idea to put the pressure on him from there, with the idea that it will make him make a mistake and then set up the overtake at Variante Alta. Nothing doing this time around. Have I ever told you this? Oh, okay, never mind. I'm going to hold up for a second here as Arsenault makes a mistake through Alta, and Kenny is going to get second place, at least for the time being, as they head down to Ravazza.
Would you like to revise that statement?
All right, so I was listening to so there's a podcast called Beyond the Flag, where they interview race car drivers, and they'll talk about racing, they'll talk about their lives or whatever. Like, for example, they had 1979 Formula 1 champion Jody Scheckter on there, and he was talking about organic farming like the whole time. It was kind of weird. Apparently that's his business now.
I mean, it's a good business to be in, since all you have to do in Canada is pay an extra bit of...
Well, he's in South Africa.
Well, I mean, still, if you want to sell organic stuff in Canada, you want to label it organic, it's just a fee. You can spray 30 gallons of pesticide on every single carrot.
From my understanding of listening to his interview, and obviously this is all from him. No, he's like properly into the organic farming.
Okay,
so
he's out there pooping in the fields every day.
But there was a driver, Derek Bell, who was a Porsche factory driver, and they were talking about the Motorsports Hall of Fame for engineers, and they were asking him his thoughts on various people who were involved in the Porsche Motorsports program during his time there. They were talking about a guy, and I don't remember his name. I really wish I remembered his name. But back in the day, they didn't have a speedometer in the Porsche Motorsports cars for testing purposes. It was just an RPM meter. And he's like, I'm walking with them. And he's like, so what was the RPM at the end of the straightaway? And I told him, and he takes out a piece of paper and starts doing calculations. And then puts the piece of paper in his pocket, crumples it up. And I go, so how fast is that? And he's like, I think it would be better if you didn't know. So I think really Nopik is starting to hold up Arsenault here. And much like I thought Kenny should let him go, I think Arsenault should let him go and make it Kenny's problem for the next 13 minutes. Spencer Taft in 5th place. Not really much going on. I was kind of hoping for a battle to materialize between Taft, Franzen, and Castagna Muniz. Not really happening. The gaps are growing and are shrinking kind of at about a normal rate. They're all kind of running the same ballpark laps. So I don't think there's really anything going on for 5th place. So it is really this battle between Sean Kenny and Ayrton Arsenault, with Jeremy Reeder and Nopik having like front row seats. You know what's always horrifying? I just thought about this with front row seats. Is when I'm reading like Japanese kickboxing match seat prices, and of course, you know, everything's in the yen, which is essentially a penny to them, basically. So like John Nash is putting up prices for the fight, as it's being dubbed, between Tenshin Nashikawa and the other big Japanese kickboxing star.
Is that back on?
That's back on.
Okay.
Anyways, he's like, yeah, front row seats are 22 million yen.
All right.
translates to only a couple of thousand
Yeah.
actual like dollars, but
That's like
it
like
looks
$1,700 or something. Oh, attention, Nashikawa. Beat that man to death. What if we could get Tenshin Nashikawa versus the monster Inoue?
Or Rodtang.
Oh, Rodtang. Oh, my goodness.
Gap is opening up. Kenny is getting away from Arsenault. And it's so weird watching Nopik just absolutely run in the absolute exhaust of these cars and not seemingly interested in actually making an overtake. Like when you're a blue flag car and you're faster and you feel like you can make the overtake, normally you're pulling out, being like, hey, you want me to go through here? We can eliminate the tension here if you just let me through. He's not doing that. He's just saying right in the wheel tracks of the car ahead of him, basically. Okay, he does peel out a little bit here, so just as I'm saying that, he is kind of signaling to Arsenault I'd like to get through, but he's signaling at the wrong point because heading into Piratella is not a great spot to do it. You kind of want to make use of it maybe on the straightaway between Tamburello and Ravazza.
Oh, balls! God damn it! Now I'm upset. I looked up Naoya Inoue because I knew he was fighting Donaire again. It already happened. It happened like 2 weeks ago.
Did.
I'm fucking... Yeah, he did. He beat the shit out of that guy. I'm upset. And I'll have to track it down.
It was a good fight.
Yeah. They always are with him.
And with Donaire, let's be honest.
Oh, yeah. Nonito Donaire is fucking amazing.
He's my favorite fighter to use in Fight Night.
Is it because he's 55 years old?
Well, he wasn't 55 at the time. This is back in like high school.
How old is Nonito Donaire? Is
40 something, I think.
39.
39. Okay, so I was thinking 40s.
39 with a record of 42-7. 42 wins, 28 KOs.
At a weight class where KOs are a little bit at a premium.
Correct. Whereas Naoya Inoue, the monster, 23 wins, 23 fights, 23 wins, 20 knockouts. You need shit because you're going down. The body snatcher himself. How many body shot KOs does he have? Like a dozen?
Arsenault still running it. He's closing back up on Kenny, so the gap is kind of starting to go back in his favor. It's only 0.6 of a second. Still definitely in there. It's a bit weird. We've got 9 minutes to go. They're coming up to Tom Bois to lap him. I'm actually looking for a flag here to see if there's a blue flag in effect for no pick with Reader. Not that I'd obey it if I were no pick. He's clearly faster than Reader. But it'd be interesting if he is constantly being given a blue flag throughout this whole time. But no, it's not out. So they think Reader is too far back, which makes sense. Reader's now actually 2.2 seconds back, so he's drifted back. Update in the battle for 5th place. Franzen is closing a little bit on Taft, and Castaño Muniz is closing on Franzen, so they are in reverse pace order, it seems, but I don't think that there's enough time left with 8 minutes and change on the clock.
Now, like, I'm thinking about it now. I'm even more upset that I missed that fight because I subscribe to at least 5 different YouTube boxing channels, and none of them said anything about anything. I think Honcho Boxing was like talking about it about 4 months ago, and no follow up, and no one's done like a post op about it either. So now, and then you didn't tell me
there's not much post to do. It's kind of a bit one-sided, to be honest.
Well, I mean, and then you didn't let me know it was happening, so now I'm mad. I'm gonna be mad at you for the next 3 seconds.
Okay. I can live with this.
All right, I'm done. Okay, we're good.
There are honestly dumber things you've been mad at me. Oh no, Kenny! Kenny messes up coming out of Variante Alta, and Assetto moves back into second place.
You say dumber things. I say more creative things.
I mean, that is a way of looking at it. Or pardon me, that was coming out of Aqua Minerale, pardon me.
Crunchy water corner, baby.
And Sean Kenny, again, kind of hinting that, hey, go through, Mr. No Pick, but No Pick does not do so. So I do wonder if there's really a legitimate problem with understanding of the rules here for No Pick as he dives into the pit lane.
Oh, it happened to Saitama Super Arena. My God. I'm going to have to track this fight down. Anybody out there that's a fight fan, holla at your boy. We'll watch this fight together. But you got, like, limited time because I'm going to move on this fast.
Yeah, he's probably going to have watched it before this is uploaded by
There's a possibility. I'll wait 2 days. So,
okay,
I mean,
then it'll be up.
I'll wait 2 days. So you got, like, while this is happening and being processed and uploaded, and then, like, the next one.
Probably. Tom Law is getting out of the way of Spencer Taft. Looks like Nopick has elected to retire the car after running in behind people all day. Might still have done enough laps to get classified as 9th place, and thus keep his championship hopes alive heading into Suzuka and Laguna Seca. U.S. tracks, of course, coming to Assetto Corsa Competizione. We get Watkins Glen, we get Codas, aka the Circuit of America, and we're getting Indianapolis. So sadly missing a couple of tracks I was really hoping for, such as Real Cheese People Road America, which should be coming to the game at some point, but is not coming in this pack, it appears. Same with Virginia International Raceway, as well as NOLA Motorsports Park. Allowing you to enjoy the dulcet sounds of the Audi R8.
Bleep, bleep, bleep.
I'm just doing this because I know the ESR community actually hates the sound of the R8.
Really?
Yeah. It's been listed as one of the reasons why people don't like the car. They don't like the sound.
I mean, that's easy. You just play ska music the entire time you're racing.
That would be bad for the racing, though.
What you mean?
You want to be aware of things like the crew chief yelling at you and sounds of what the car is doing as well.
No.
So I do kind of want to be able to hear that.
Foolishness.
Random shots of Jeff Suzukawa in the Lamborghini. Although I must say, we've historically had a lot of people use the Lamborghini. It makes the same sound as the Audi because it's essentially the same car with different bodywork. The R8 and the Huracan are very much sister programs. Everything seems kind of... It's kind of weird because everything seems kind of settled, but there is just enough, like... They're just close enough that things might kick off here in the last 2.5 minutes. There's a less than a second gap between Assetto and Kenny. There's 1.5 back to Reeder. And then there's about a 5-second gap back to Tap, but there's only about 2.2 back to Franzen. So there's a lot going on here still, but there's like nothing really guaranteed in terms of action. Drive-through penalty for Spencer Taft. Oh, that's a big deal. He's running in 5th place, doing his best to keep his championship hopes alive. When I say championship hopes, I mean I think he's actually the championship leader in the club standings right now. No, he's not. He's in 2nd place. He's 2 points behind Jeremy Reeder. And that drive-through, not going to be a huge deal as far as the club is concerned, because he's only going to lose a spot to Dash Franzen. But still, robbing him of a potential top 5 here today. And that will elevate Franzen to the top 5 for the first time in their ESR career. Also should be mentioned, this will be Ayrton Arsenault's last race with ESR for at least some time. Man is going off to medical school, and that's going to take up a lot of time.
Medical school? You ain't need none of that. You just get some duct tape and some knives and you're good.
It's going to be Dr. Arsenault. There he goes.
Can we ask him for all kinds of really, bad advice?
There he goes, Dr. Speed Racer. We did have a medical nurse for a while in ESR, but I don't know if we have any doctors. So yeah, he would be our go-to medical source.
Hey, Ayrton, I got this weird fungus on my kneecap. What the fuck is this?
Oh, stop-go penalty on top of that now for Taft. I don't think he's going to be able to serve that one, so that'll probably be translated into time penalty. Probably still won't be enough to get Jeff Suzuka. Well, no, probably will be, because Jeff Suzuka is only about 14 seconds behind him now. Alright. That'll probably drop him down to 8th place ahead of Tom Waz, but Waz is the next club car. On board with Max Simmons for his final lap. Okay, Sean Kenny's getting there and biting at Arsenault's heels again. Might be something here. Keep in mind, these two had a collision at Tamburello, which is on the steward's review sheet, so could be interesting because they're very tight. And I know you got to think Reeder and Franzen are hoping for a penalty to come out of that, because that might move them up a spot. Oh, Taft will get in the pit lane. Okay. So we'll serve the stop-go. I think, to be honest, might have been just better off taking the time penalty.
The leader has finished the race.
Oh, and he will. Oh, Sean Kenny! Sean Kenny spinning out of Variante Alta. Nice recovery, but that's going to put Jeremy Reeder up on the podium.
Too much cocaine or too little cocaine?
Double Red Bull podium here today. Max Simmons is your winner.
Oh, Red Bull. So Red Bull and vodka, not cocaine.
Red Bull.
Red Bull.
Look at the team name. It's Red Bull. Is it a cereal bowl?
Where am I supposed to see the team name?
See Jeremy Reeder's name there? Below it is his team name there in the lower right-hand corner.
That font is so small, nobody can read that.
But that is literally their team name is Red Bull Racing.
Oh, so they're a bunch of marijuana smokers. I see.
Wouldn't that be Green Bull?
Not if you heat it up hard enough.
Okay. So Arsenault second on track, but might be facing a penalty. Reeder third. Kenny fourth, might be facing a penalty. Franzen fifth. Castagno sixth. Suzukawa seventh. Taft eighth. And Waz ninth. Although Waz may actually be 10th when you factor in Thomas Nopek. All right, so Byron, fill some time while I apply the scoring.
When a man loves a woman, there's usually a bunch of dating and maybe some presents and stuff and cake. They like cake.
Chocolate.
Go for that. Chocolate, usually. Sometimes strawberry. Um, and then take it by the hand, and I don't remember the rest of the lyrics, honestly.
All right. Well, it does look like No Pick got enough laps to actually be classified, so he will get 9th place.
Ha cha cha. Or
All right.
991st place, as the number says.
So, pending stewarding results, we have. Happy to refresh the page, so it'll give me my scoring table. We have Max Simmons on top with 336 points. So, championship not done for him. No Pick's still alive, heading into Suzuka and Laguna Seca in the Pacific rounds. Dan French in third is eliminated from the championship standings, or championship chances, though. Didn't show up today. Bad Dan. Xavier Castano Muniz in fourth, followed by Sean Kenny, Ayrton Arsenault, Jeremy Reeder, Spencer Taft, Dominic Turcotte, and Bjorn Dale. That's your top 10. And in the team's championship, Red Bull Racing absolutely dominating on 562 points to 380 for AXRT and 303 for 905 Racers. And then in the club standings, it is a 1-point lead for Jeremy Reeder over Ayrton Arsenault, although Arsenault will not be attending the remaining 2 races. Spencer Taft is the championship blockade, only 8 points behind, followed by Oscar Tan, followed by Dash Franzen, followed by Mark Sabalski, Anthony Willis, Thomas Waz, Connor Costantini, and Devin Tullock. Alrighty, that's all I have. Byron, do you have any final thoughts?
Go out there and read a goddamn book.